Today, in a dramatic and razor-thin vote, the United States Senate has passed what Donald Trump proudly calls his big, beautiful bill, a sweeping piece of legislation that could reshape the American economy for years to come. This latest development comes after a marathon 48-hour Senate session filled with fierce debate, heated exchanges, and intense political pressure. The bill passed by a single vote, 51-50, with Vice President JD Vance casting the historic tie-breaking vote. But the journey doesn't end here. The bill now faces a critical hurdle in the House of Representatives. So, what exactly is in this massive bill, and why is it stirring up such a firestorm across the United States? At its core, the bill aims to extend Donald Trump's 2017 tax cuts, which were originally set to expire in 2025. If passed in its current form, it would make most of those tax breaks permanent, a major victory for Trump's economic agenda. The package includes a staggering $4.5 trillion in tax cuts, with highlights such as an increased SALT deduction cap, from $10,000 to $40,000 over 5 years, plus tax breaks for tipped wages, overtime, and even car loan interest, but only if the vehicle is made in America. Families may also see a modest increase in the child tax credit, from $2,000 to $2,200 per child. But these tax cuts come at a heavy price. To pay for them, Republicans have proposed deep cuts to vital social safety net programs, namely Medicaid and SNAP. These programs currently support over 100 million low-income Americans. According to the nonpartisan Congressional Budget Office, these cuts could result in nearly 12 million people losing health coverage by 2034. Meanwhile, the bill allocates $350 billion to national and border security, $46 billion of which is earmarked for Donald Trump's controversial U.S. Mexico border wall. Another $45 billion will go to migrant detention centers, alongside funding to hire an additional 10,000 ICE agents by 2029, supporting Trump's mass deportation proposal. But as enforcement spending rises, green energy support takes a hit. The bill slashes key tax incentives for clean energy, undoing major parts of President Biden's 2022 Inflation Reduction Act. Electric vehicle tax credits, for example, would now end this September, 7 years earlier than planned. So, who stands to benefit the most? Experts at Yale University say it's not the average American. In fact, the lowest-income families could see their incomes fall by 2.5%, mainly due to benefit cuts. Meanwhile, the wealthiest Americans could enjoy a 2.2% income boost, thanks to permanent tax breaks. The bill passed the Senate without a single Democratic vote, and saw defections from 3 Republicans, Susan Collins, Tom Tillis, and Rand Paul. Collins cited the damage to rural healthcare. Paul warned it would explode the national deficit. Still, the rest of the Republican Party held firm, winning some concessions for individual states along the way. Public opinion, however, is shifting. Once supported by over 50% of Americans, the bill is now facing rising opposition from working-class families who fear they'll be left behind. The House of Representatives is expected to take up the bill later this week. If passed there, it will head to Donald Trump's desk, just in time for his symbolic July 4th deadline. Will this become a historic economic overhaul, or fall apart under public and political pressure? We'll be watching every step closely. Stay with us here at Britain News for continuing coverage of American politics, global headlines, and all the developments that shape our world. Loudspeaker, and don't forget, subscribe to Britain News on YouTube for timely updates, expert analysis, and news that matters.